Conservatives have enjoyed Elon Musk's behavior in recent weeks, blasting Elizabeth Warren, opposing lockdowns, insulting CNN. Hell, even PragerU has videos about Elon Musk. But the giddiness spewing from conservatives about Elon Musk is foolish. To those embracing Elon Musk's political conversion, remember that Musk has been one of the most prominent advocates of the continuous scam known as climate change. Like Bill Gates, Al Gore, and Leonardo DiCaprio, Musk is an extremely wealthy man who fattens his own pockets through propagating climate change. And like those other rich guys, Musk doesn't refrain from using private jets to fly around the world in order to save it. In 2018, Elon Musk reportedly donated $6 million to the Sierra Club while writing, "Thank you for fighting climate change. This affects every living creature on Earth." Once merely an environmental group, the Sierra Club has evolved to promote other left-wing issues, from pushing mass immigration and abortion. Musk also has no reservations about whispering sweet nothings to communists by praising China as more responsible than the US, and said that the Chinese government officials could possibly be more responsible for their citizens' happiness than America is. Musk also tweeted a call for a carbon tax and spoke with the Biden administration about implementing it. Musk demanding that the government take money from taxpayers should come as no surprise because Musk's companies have received at least $4.9 billion in government subsidies as of 2015. And therein lies perhaps Musk's most incredible skill, which is enriching himself with the help of the government. Not exactly a friend of conservatism. While government subsidies are not exclusive to one industry, what sets Musk apart is not only his ability to exploit taxpayers, but to use government guns to extort his competitors through regulatory credits. The state and federal governments give regulatory credits for contributing zero pollution to the environment. In the name of fighting climate change, Musk successfully got the state of California and 9 other states to set emission standards so low that only Tesla could meet them. Suppose other automakers can't produce zero-emission vehicles. Well, they have a few options. They will either have to pay hefty fines, have their business licenses revoked in those states, or buy imaginary credits from automakers who do produce zero emissions, like Tesla. It's important to understand that these credits are not real. It's not a currency. They are a made-up tax imposed by the government on automakers to reinforce the leftist religion of environmentalism. These credits are free cash with 100% margin and no overhead. Elon Musk essentially colluded with the government to extort other automakers and make them pay him off under the guise of fighting climate change. And the returns are huge. In 2020, Tesla reported a regulatory credit revenue of $1.58 billion. 100% margin, remember that. Tesla's regulatory credit revenue projected to be $2.2 billion in 2021, $3.1 billion in 2022, and $4.34 billion in 2023. So, by 2024, the government will have successfully extorted over $13 billion from automakers like Ford and GMC in order to fund Tesla. Without the help of this government-sponsored extortion, the second quarter of 2021 would have been the first quarter that Tesla would have ever turned a profit. But Tesla isn't the only Musk business that leverages the government to do his bidding. Solar City also received $750 million from the state of New York for its plans to build a solar panel factory in Buffalo, which is only a tiny part of their estimated $2.5 billion in government subsidies that have been given to Solar City. Again, this is several years ago, so it's probably much higher now. But despite all the free cash, Tesla ended up purchasing Solar City for $2.6 billion in Tesla stock. That's because Tesla has, quote, floundered despite significant taxpayer support through a bevy of state and federal tax credits and subsidies. Nevertheless, the solar energy company's stock has been in long-term decline as the company struggles to develop a profitable market, not reliant on generous helpings of taxpayer support. Maybe he can extort other energy companies to fund Solar City. Another Elon Musk business, SpaceX, has received $5.5 billion in government contracts from NASA and the Air Force. Of course, NASA and the Air Force get their funding from taxpayers, which flows into Elon Musk's pocket. A California hedge fund manager told the LA Times, government support is a theme of all three of these companies, and without it, none of them would be around, which is true. Another Elon Musk business venture, the Boring Company, constructs underground tunnels as a means of public transportation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, we already have subways and they suck. Yes, but Elon Musk promises that these are faster and only cost $10 million per mile to dig. Who pays the bill? Of course, taxpayers pay the bill. The good news for Elon Musk is that he's hedged his bets through the Boring Company, so if electric cars end up flopping, then he can end up owning the mass transit market and push people there. But the common thread running through all of Elon Musk's business ventures is that the government is always his biggest client, and he knows exactly how to sell to them. Being the cunning salesman that he is, when Musk needs cash, he opens new locations or moves the business, receiving hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer funds to do so. And when his businesses flounder, he shifts the conversation to one of his other business ventures or starts talking about when they're going to colonize Mars, which the timeline for that has changed quite frequently. To his credit, Elon Musk may be the best salesman of a generation. You have to be in order for someone to fund an empire through government coercion and taxpayer money while retaining universal respect and adoration. Elon Musk is a climate change radical who partners with the government at every turn to enrich himself. Conservatives like Texas Governor Greg Abbott shouldn't celebrate the arrival of Tesla and Musk to Texas because he will be coming for the pocketbooks of Texans very soon. My suggestion is to refrain from gushing over Elon Musk's recent political conversion because Musk is an opportunist, and opportunism is a hallmark of the left. He seized the opportunity to make a fortune off climate change, and he's successfully done that, courtesy of American taxpayers and government guns. When the COVID insanity eventually ends, climate change is on deck as the weapon of choice that the government will leverage to hijack your freedom. And when that happens, Elon Musk will not be on your side. It is far more likely that Elon Musk's political shift stems from his recognition that a red wave is coming, and the devious salesman inside him is searching for more fertile ground to exploit after exhausting the resources of Democrats for years. Every con artist needs new investors to keep the scheme going, so conservatives better beware. Stop celebrating Elon Musk's conversion to the right as some sort of victory. It's not. Texas has already seen what happens when you embrace California-type environmentalism. Texans should be as unlike California as they possibly can, not try to be a California light. Elon Musk, as a conservative, is not a victory, because Elon Musk is no friend of conservatism.